Greetings, all. Academia has some exciting news for you today. I'm not the first to cover this research paper. Credit for that goes to Jennifer Ouellette and the folks at Ars Technica.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Rewind here, Mr. Fancy Pants. White paper, and why are you so excited?
Well, just at the beginning of the month, I'm slow, give me a break. Ouellette released an article. Study playing Dungeons and Dragons helps autistic players in social interactions. Ouellette did a fine job highlighting the major points of the research study. But being the good academic I am, I've gone to their source to read the original for myself. I have provided citations in the description for anyone who wants to check those articles out. And, of course, for those who prefer the audio format, well, tune in.
All right. So, what's so exciting?
Well, Atherton, Hathaway, Visuri, and Cross, they performed a qualitative study on 6 persons. Well, let me just put it in their words. They didn't write your normal academic abstract. They wrote a lay abstract. Do you know how excited I am? Academics are actually making language accessible? I mean, it's about damn time.
Well, all right then. If it's written in English and not that crazy language you academics use, then let me read it. Okay. Tabletop role-playing games are popular hobbies that may offer specific social benefits for autistic peoples. This study investigated the ability of TTRPGs to provide a safe space where autistic adults could develop relationships with other autistic adults while engaging in character and world building. A group of 8 autistic adults were split into 2 groups and taken through a short-form online Dungeons and Dragons campaign over 6 weeks run by one of the researchers. The researcher then led a series of individual semi-structured interviews discussing how participants felt interacting in and out of the TTRPG. Several key themes were identified as important aspects of why autistic people could benefit from such an environment. Analysis showed that while real-life interactions could be challenging in TTRPG play, they felt they experienced significantly fewer struggles. Results suggest that tabletop role-playing games can provide a safe space environment where autistic adults can engage in productive social interactions with like-minded individuals. It also may allow autistic participants to experience bleed, or the ability to take on a new character that changes the way they feel about themselves outside of the game. Future directions for this work are discussed.
Well,
Slap me naked, you're right. What else is there to say? I mean, it's all right there in the TLDR.
and I guess you're right. Vid's over. Let's pack up and...
Now, hold your horses there, Chief. Yeah? Half the viewers have done clicked off within the first 30 seconds of the vid, and I know who you are. But the rest of the viewers may want to know our expert opinion on some of the finer points.
Well, now that you mention it, that point on bleed sounded intriguing. Let's dive into it, because bleed plays a very minor role in Ouellette's account, so I think we really could say a thing or two about it. TTRPGs act as a membrane. They enable us to express pent-up emotions constructively and positively. Participants can use the power of imagination to work with others inside that membrane. And when you leave, it's all over. No lasting consequences, and for most people, this is true. However, in cases with autism and deep immersion, the membrane can be punctured, and some emotion can linger outside of the game. Let's take an example. I just lost a character in Bill Sylvie's Tuesday night game.
Oh God, here he goes again.
This was my 3rd to die in this campaign, and I was genuinely bitter for several days after the event and resented Doomsword's Paladin for pushing the party so hard. That said, I can process these emotions, speak with my other party members, and simply not be bullied by his paladin in the future. Someone with autism in the same situation may take things more personally than that.
For those keeping score at home, let me break it down to you like this. Think of having emotions like that of a Vulcan from Star Trek. Their emotions are stronger, run deeper, and without the use of logic to control these emotions, they don't do so hot in social settings. Autism is like the same way. Their emotions run deep, strong, and without a healthy way to express them, well, it makes social gatherings very difficult. So they will feel things more deeply than the average person does. And if they're not careful, their emotions can sweep them away in an unhealthy way. Okay, your turn to blah, 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 Professor Windbag. What's this about bleed?
Well, even more shocking is that bleed can have positive effects as well. I gave a negative example just now, but study found that the positive far outweigh the negative in their sample size. Now, keep in mind, Bauman, Leidsbruth, Crane, they found that those who played their preferred gender, if they were pre-transitioned transgender, could experience and explore what their preferred gender was like in a safe environment. This, in fact, gave them the confidence to later transition.
You heard it right here, folks. D&D is enabling gentrification.
I think the word you're looking for is transgender transition, and if you put it like that, people will probably start grabbing torches and pitchforks. Yeah, you're not far off. At least, according to a 2015 study, Fine found out through LARP, players could create and interact within a world where their autistic identity neither stigmatized nor disabled them, allowing them to leave camp with an increased self-efficacy.
Well, damn, that's Ars Technica articles didn't mention that in their summary. I mean, I can see why they might want to downplay D&D as a tool for transitioning for trans folks, but still.
Let's be clear, their study didn't really have anything to do with transitioning explicitly. The participants utilized the game to help quell social anxieties and make lasting changes. Quote unquote, the restorative effects of in-game social successes are perhaps particularly important for autistic people who are often faced with social stigmatization from others, Herneck et al., as it allows them to both experience and reflect upon the context in which their autistic traits are not deemed invaluable or in need of masking. Discovering exceptions to these types of individual rules, a form of cognitive reframing, can promote self-compassion and post-traumatic growth, see Wong and Young, and has been found to be particularly beneficial for improving autistic people's mental health, on et al. I would have liked to hear more about bleed and membranes and bonding, but I could just be hyperfixating here. Let's be fair, you can't cover everything in a report, summary, or video. We only scratched the surface today. We only talked about one small part.
And if you want to hear more about topics like this, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment if you found anything else of interest in the articles.
Take it easy.